Salutations sports fans, it's Automatic for Automatic Games bringing you yet another in a series of videos showcasing the adventures of Knight Commander, Autumn Durga, our Brotherhood of Steel build for Fallout 4. Presently, Autumn is at the Boathouse brothel, which is sprung up at the Taffington Boathouse. Peculiar place to find a Knight Commander, to be sure, but she has a very good reason for being here. Of course, her current reason, top of her list, she wants a beer. This morning she was still at regimental headquarters. When she awoke, she received a after-action report from Sturgis detailing the seditious activities of Knight Sergeant DeLuca as it relates to her desertion. Now, Autumn pegged her as a flake the minute she met her, and she never had any faith in DeLuca. Deserting and defection, it's a serious offense, punishable by death, but Lord only knows where DeLuca ran off to. Knight Commander Kodiak wishes Autumn a good morning, and it probably is a good morning if your company is fully intact. Of course, Durga's first company has taken horrendous casualties. There's only 9 men left in 1st Platoon and 9 men left in 2nd Platoon. So certainly she has to rebuild and refill those ranks. And that's part of the reason she's meeting with Sentinel Glade. Although she has to ask Glade where somebody would desert to if they ran, hypothetically. And Glade, who received the same report from Sturgis, says that he already spoke to the Minutemen, and the closest place somebody would get a drink would be the old Taffington Boathouse, converted into a brothel. However, Glade stresses that no Brotherhood resources should be spent tracking down a deserter. Perhaps DeLuca should be ignored. He orders Durga to refill her ranks, promote some people, and see to the business of First Company. He also gives her a word of personal advice before she departs. Now Durga is left with the administrative duties of refilling those ranks. As mentioned a few episodes ago, she'll probably, well, she's inclined to promote Sturgis to Knight Captain of 2nd Platoon, of Bravo Platoon, I'm sorry. Knight Sergeant Oliver will be promoted to Knight Captain of Alpha Platoon. But Durga can't get Sergeant DeLuca out of her mind, and she doesn't want to spend any resources. She was told not to. But why should that stop her? So she calls in a favor from an old friend aboard the Pridwin, a Knight Lancer. Currently, she's just outside regimental headquarters. The Knight Lancer's Vertibird is just overhead, looking for a place to set down and taking fire from a synth patrol. Durga lacks the time or patience to engage this patrol. She'd prefer just slipping past them if at all possible, but you can see where the Vertibird's set down. She's going to have to put down one of these. And here's our lucky winner. Durga breaks into a sprint, certainly attracting attention. She runs around to the side with the minigun. and they're airborne, but taking fire. Knight Commander Durga sure hopes that this Vertibird isn't too heavily damaged. Not that she's afraid it'll crash. She just doesn't really want repairs to be necessitated. I mean, not for a personal vendetta mission like this. If nothing else, this operation is strictly off the books. They continue to take fire. Seem to be a lot of synth patrols out tonight. Not a good sign. Now, as they head towards the landing zone, I'll digress a little and say that this will probably be the last Durga episode for a little while. We will switch to another character yet to be announced. And it's primarily because now that Durga is in such a rank where we should let some time expire while she's presumably filing paperwork and reading reports. That's her primary duty, at least at this rank. And unless we inject some serious comedy into that, I don't know how mundane office duty is going to be entertaining. Well, back to the episode. The Vertibird sets down, Durga jumps out. Taffington Boathouse is less than a click away, east of her current location. Now, throughout these episodes, we've seen Knight Commander. As evidenced by my slip-up, we've seen her advance, not only in rank, but, let's see, she broke some rules and found a boyfriend, a guy that she initially didn't like at all, but apparently Mac grew on her. We've seen her have to face loss. She wanted that field commission, but then once everyone starts dropping dead around her, she starts to lament her position. First there was Sheffield, then a handful of soldiers, some of which she presumably knew. I mean, there's always going to be a separation between the officers' corps and the non-commissioned, but she was in the field with them for a substantial amount of time. Here she's arrived at the Boathouse brothel, but it's no guarantee that former Sergeant DeLuca will be inside. It's only a hunch based on Minuteman intelligence. But there she is, face to face. The patrons expressed surprise, but with that kind of entry, who's gonna lift a finger to stop Knight Commander Durga? Who proceeds to find a seat at the bar. Don't know if that kind of violence is the status quo here at the Boathouse brothel, but nobody seemed to throw a fit, so she'll order a drink and head back home. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this series. I enjoyed doing it. If you liked it, like it. If you dislike it, you know the rest. See you next time.